Good morning and welcome to another vlog. My name is Latanya if you're new, so welcome. Today we're going to talk about just how do you show up for yourself. In hard times, in good times, we should always focus on showing up for ourselves. We should be the most important person in our lives. We should make ourselves a priority. It's so hard. It's so easy to make other people a priority before us and forget about ourselves. But if we are not good and we are the rock, the head of your household, if you're not good, you can't give anybody the best of you. So I want us to start showing up for ourselves, putting ourselves first, committing on a regular basis to improving. So how do you start? So you can choose to start by, romanticizing your life. And that could be little things as simple as getting your eyebrows arched. If you have small kids, setting a set bedtime for them to go to sleep. That way you have, an extra hour or two at night to focus on you, to read and engage in a book, to write down your affirmations for the next day, to write down your to-do list. Because when you have a list, it seems that when I have a list, I seem to focus more because once I complete a task, I scratch it out and I just keep going through my day. So it helps me to make a list. You can buy yourself a new candle, and all candles don't have to be expensive. I like the brand at Walmart, Better Home, and those candles are like $5-6. So you can romanticize your life in different ways to ensure that you're putting yourself first, making yourself a priority and knowing that you are the priority. You can also show up for yourself by, waking up earlier in the morning and starting a morning routine. I recently started a morning routine where I wake up a little bit early. I'm filling my water bottle daily because water is life. Water is health. It fuels your body. And studies show that you should take in 1/2 of your body weight in water per day, because it's going to flush out your system. It's going to keep you hydrated. It's going to hydrate your skin. It's going to hydrate your hair. And just by you can start with that. You can just start with drinking your water daily. Even if you just complete 1 bottle to start out, whereas I try to complete 2 now because I'm a few weeks in. It's getting easier to get it in. I also wake up early so I can stretch. I write down and read my affirmations, the goals that I'm setting. I do daily goals. And with me writing down my daily goals, and I write down a daily goal for myself and a daily goal for work. Last week was a hard week. My census is low. And it's the lowest that it's been since I have been there. So on my watch, this is the lowest that it has been. I am below budget and I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to not be at par. It's uncomfortable to not be at budget. I know that I'm a hard worker. I know that I can get it up to where it needs to be. So I'm resetting and refocusing my energy, refocusing my time, resetting. I'm making a to-do list for work so that I can get more production, so that I can be more successful. So this would be a time for me where I would say I'm facing a hardship. And it's a hardship for me because I'm such a perfectionist. I'm so used to meeting deadlines, making census, making budget, meeting budget, to now that I'm not at budget, it's bothering me. So what am I doing? I'm meditating. I'm making sure I wake up early enough so I can have my coffee. I'm stretching. I'm going to bed on time. I'm making sure that I'm drinking my water just so that I can be the best employee that I can be. All of that plays a part. All of that plays into it. I notice that when I keep my calendar, when I keep my appointments wrote down, when I prepare for my appointments that come to see me, I'm more successful. I'm more productive. So I'm keeping my calendar up to date. I'm making sure that I'm prepared for my appointments when they come. It's just about being prepared. It's about being prepared. It's about being well rested. It's about being focused, so that I can be the best version of myself. I work on myself daily. And there are just a lot of things that I just don't do anymore. When I get off work, I like to come home and start my evening. So I have an evening routine that I recently started. And that's where I come home, I work out, I take my shower, I try to read for at least 30 minutes. I write down my next day goal for myself and for work. And when I get up in the morning, I recite those things. I speak those things over my life. Because if I don't believe in myself and if I don't speak those things over my life, who will? I have to be my biggest cheerleader. I am my biggest cheerleader. And in order for me to be successful, I have to build myself up. I can't look to anyone else to do those things for me. Those are things that I have to do for myself. And I do. We have to show up for ourselves to be the best version of ourselves at home, at work, for our children, for our family, for our grandkids. Those are things that we have to do. Life does not stop because my senses is low at work. I can sit around and mope and, oh, woe is me. Oh, we had, 4 people to pass away over the weekend. Who cares? No one cares. Get it back up. Simple as that. That's how I have to tell myself. You have a job to do. You are hired to do a job. Do it. Simple as that. Nobody wants to hear your excuses. I would tell my children that all the time when they would make bad grades. And they would call, oh, I had to do this and I left my book. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You still made a bad grade. Just because you left your book and you were not prepared, that does not change the grade. It does not change. So I have to take my own advice. Nobody cares. No one cares. So with that being said, I am going into this week being productive, being successful, and knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can do it, that I can get the census up. I've done it before. It was way below what it is now. When I got there, I have consistently produced since I've been there, and I have no doubt that if I prepare myself to win, I will. I have to tell myself that, because those things that you speak over your life and you believe that it will come to pass, it will. It can. It's called manifestation. And we'll talk about that on the next one. But right now, show up for yourself. Start small. If you need to, if you know you need to lose weight, or if you're working on reading more, if you're working on exercising more, start small. At work, I take the stairs. We have an elevator. I don't take the elevator unless I'm on a tour, but I do take the stairs, and I tend to run up the stairs. I tend to run down the stairs, and I also tend to just go upstairs to use the restroom. I can use the restroom downstairs, but because I sit at my desk and read clinicals all day, I choose to go upstairs to use the restroom because that's more steps that I'm getting. That's a little bit of movement that I'm getting, and I need to move more at work because I sit at my desk a lot and read clinicals all day. So there are small things that you can do to show up for yourself, to, romanticize your life, just to get yourself in order. I know Sundays come and most people reset on Sunday. You sit around, you wash, you do those household things. You may meal prep, but throw in something that you could do for yourself to make yourself feel better. We all have to work. We all need to work. We all love to go, work. We all love what work does for us. It produces a paycheck and we get to live a life. So in order to live the life that you want, you have to show up. You have to show up for work, and you have to show up for yourself. So just know, if you don't take anything away from this video, take away this one thing, and I just want you to believe in yourself, to show up for yourself, and to just know you can do it. If you're going through something hard right now, like me, just know you can speak those things over your life. Believe in yourself first and foremost, and success will come. I am going to wash this sugar scrub off my lips and head to Home Depot to get flower pots, and because I have to repot one of my fiddle leaf figs. It's turning yellow on the leaves, and I don't know why. The soil looks a little bad, so I'm gonna put some new soil in it, and hopefully that save it. I've been working with my plants a lot lately. And I also need baskets for this shelf. I bought 2 and I've kind of overstuffed them with a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get organized. So it's a 1, 2, 3, it's a 5 shelf, thing. And so I only bought 2 because I wanted to see how they would look, number 1, and 2, if they would fit. And they fit perfectly. I love the way it looks. So I'm going back to get 3 more baskets so I can get all of my things in one place. And I will pick you girls up later. Let me know if you like these type videos, because I've come up with a name for them, and I want to call them Talks with Tanya. And that's where we just talk about a different topic. You guys can comment below, and we can just encourage each other, because the one thing that helps is to be encouraged. So I just wanted to encourage you ladies today to show up for yourself, that you are important. You are the prize. Know that you are. And showing up for yourself is the best way and the best thing you can do for yourself to continue to be successful. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.
Thank you for choosing the scooters. What can I start off with?
Just a moment.
Sure, order when you're ready.
Okay, so what comes in your matcha tea latte?
It's got matcha powder and 2%.
Okay, let me try your matcha tea latte. Instead of 2%, could I get oat milk?
Yeah, you can.
I'm sorry, what was that again, ma'am?
A matcha tea latte with no 2%. I want oat milk.
Sure, what size you want to do?
The small is fine.
Sure, a small matcha tea latte with oat milk.
Yes.
Absolutely. Anything else?
Can you add some cold foam to it?
Sure, you want to add some cold foam?
Yes.
Absolutely. Anything else?
That'll be all.
All right, pulling around. We'll have a recording in just a minute.
So I stopped at this new coffee shop, and it's a drive-through coffee shop in my area, and it's called Scooter's Coffee. So it's fairly new to me. I've seen it a couple of times, but this is my first time stopping. It's also my first time trying matcha latte tea. And I substituted 2% milk for oat milk. So here it is, cute cup. And I also added sweet cream. So let's see how this tastes. Tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty good, Scooters. This is my first time trying it. So I'm gonna try Starbucks matcha next week, and I'll compare the two and do it the same way and see which one I like best. So I just pulled up at Target. I need to go in here and get those baskets I was telling you girls about earlier. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello and welcome back. So I am back from Home Depot and Target. At Home Depot, as you saw, I got my flower pots and I got a very big bag of indoor potting soil, and I'm gonna work a little bit with that later on. So I'll pick you girls back up for that. And also I got some Done None Scratch scrubber sponges. I picked up another Scrub Mommy. And I also have been working on this little area right here that's next to my stove. So I wanted to add a little bit of flare to each side of my stove. And I've just been thinking that this space was missing something. So I have the same cutting board on the other side, and I'll show you the other side once I finish. But I bought one to go on this side today at Target, so I'm going to set that up right now. And it's kind of a tedious process because it's nothing here holding them up. They just kind of have to mount flush against each other. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work because I can't push it back too far. It'll roll to the side. Maybe I can get my candle to kind of be my side prop a little bit. Fix this in the middle. A little bit better. Like that. And then add a little piece of greenery on top. I do have my canvas candle that I got from Target. I also got a pretty gold trimmed vase, and it's just cute within itself. I love black and white with touches of gold, so that just fit in perfectly. And when you're doing centerpieces, it's always good to do different heights. How I have the tall here, the focal point in the middle, and then a different height on the side, and also something in the back to catch your eye as well. So this, I think I'm gonna be satisfied with. It's looking cute like I wanted. I don't see the cutting boards leaning or falling as of yet if I would just leave it alone. I have my base on one side, and then I have my candle on the other side. Yeah, and I think that that turned out to be really, really cute. I also uploaded a photo trying on this cute little outfit in the dressing room, and I did get that, just a loungewear set, workout set. So yeah, I'm going to eat lunch because I am on a cutback. I started what I call a cutback because I don't deprive myself. If I want something, I have it, and I'm trying to do it within moderation because I'm making lifestyle changes and I don't like diets. So this is what I'm eating. I'm actually eating tuna and 2 boiled eggs. I seasoned it with salt and pepper and some pepper flakes. So this is lunch. I also have my water that I have been drinking on. I'm also devoted myself to taking my apple cider vinegar shot as well as my liquid vitamins. So yeah, I also purchased this week some Bloom green superfoods. So I started that today as well. And I added in my collagen burn just so that I can make sure that I'm getting in enough collagen peptides. Number one, for my age. And I'm working on toning and working out this week. So I wanted just a little bit extra support. So I will pick you girls up later when I get ready to repot those plants. But right now I am going to eat because I am starving. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you later. Good evening. It is Sunday, May 21st. It is 7 p.m. I am out on my deck, and in my last vlog, I showed you guys a flower pot that I had gotten from TJ Maxx. I also showed you a plant that I had grown for my mother-in-law from clippings from one of my bigger plants. So I have been taking clippings from that plant and letting it catch root and planting it into pots, making more plants. So this is the propagation station, and this one is actually located in Target, and they had a 4-cylinder one, and then they had a 10-cylinder one. So I'm glad I tried out the 4-cylinder one because I'm not very pleased with it, and it is by Hearth and Hand. I'll link it down below. These clippings have been in this propagation station, I know, for about 4 to 5 weeks. I clipped them as I normally do. Did nothing different other than changed up how I where I put them in water and how they grow. So yeah, let's put that down. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's very cute. It's very easy to handle. You can put a lot of clippings in it, you know, all that good stuff. And I want to say it was $24.99. Before I got that, I was putting clippings in just mason jars, and I put these clippings in here, I know, probably a week ago, and I want to show you something. So this one actually has a new bud on it. Gotta be careful. It has a new bud on it, and it has root on it. So we're gonna put that in the dirt today, so that bud can come on out and those roots can get to blooming in the dirt. And I saw another, I was so happy when I saw some root, because I haven't made a plant in a while. That one has some root on it. So excited. I think I saw another one, but let's get started. So the two products that I am using today is just indoor potting mix, and it's blended for a wide variety of container plants, and that's what we're using. And I also use what's called perlite, and perlite improves the drainage of the plants, so that it can drain the water properly. You know, are less likely to get root rot. It helps to prevent the soil from becoming compacted and water not being able to funnel through and nurture and feed the entire plant from root to tip. So we're going to use a little bit of this. And I want to show you guys the mother plant. Now, when I got this plant, it was much smaller. It was in a baby nursery pot, and it was just one of the square ones. So it was really small, smaller than my hands, just a little pot. And this is I want to say this is the 4th time that I have repotted this pothos. But let me show you all this plant. This is how long it grows, and this is the pot that it's in. So this is what's called a pothos, and this plant is so easy. If you just want to get started with the first plant, I would suggest getting a pothos. They are not fussy, they are not dramatic, they are very easy going. You just water them, and put a little bit of fertilizer, food in there with them here and there. I mean, they grow so effortlessly, and they just grow for days. Off of this one plant, I have made, I want to say, around 14 plants. And as you see, that's probably 3 plants right there. That's another 3, 6, and then another 3, 9. That's about 9 plants that I can make off this one plant. So I'm just waiting on the ones in the mason jar and the propagation station to go ahead and catch root, and I can get those tips planted. So let's get started with this one. So we're gonna start with the potting mix, and we're just gonna take a scoop. We're gonna take the pot, and what I like to do is put soil, perlite, soil, perlite, and just keep it going like that. And after I put in perlite, I like to shake it up so it gets mixed up really good. And put on some dirt under my nails. mix it up really fast. Just mix it up so the perlite is all mixed in, so this plant can drain really, really well. And there are so many different soils that you can use. Pothos is an indoor plant, so I just use indoor potting mix. Got that mixed in all good. If you see it, it's just mixed in with the potting mix and the perlite. And you don't want to pack it in, you want to leave it as loose as you can. I'm going to go in with a little more soil. Mix that up. Make sure it doesn't get packed in, like I said. And you're just mixing. And if you see, you've got soil and perlite mixed in really good. So what you want to do is take your clippings, like this one has a root on it. See that root growing? That white piece is the root. So you want to take your clipping and you just want to stick it right down in the soil, beneath the soil, just like that. So that's one. Let's find another one. Here's another one. You just want to make sure that the root is actually under the soil. Then you want to cover it up. Let's see if there's another one. I want to say I saw about 4. And y'all, like I said, this mason jar was working just fine. Look at it. It was working just fine. I had to go out and try to be all fancy and aesthetic and spend a bunch of money that I didn't have to spend on a fancy propagation station when the mason jar was working just fine, as you see. So I got those 3 in there. I hope it's a 4th one. Let's see. I've heard of people going ahead and putting them in the soil without root. So I kind of want to try that on this one. So let's see. We're going to take this piece. If you see, it has a bud growing on the side. So I hope I didn't damage that. And if you look on the bottom, it's just a little bit of root peeking out. And we're just gonna make a little space, put this down in there, and cover it back up. And we're gonna take a little bit more soil, and we're just gonna fill in the gaps. just want to lightly press down on it to like seal your roots in the dirt. Just like that. Just like that. So we're gonna stay in touch with this one. I'm gonna keep you all updated on the progress of this plant. It is a process, but like I said, pothos are not for plants. They generally don't require much. Like I said, just watering. Some people like to use a watering schedule. I like to test my soil just by sticking my finger in it. If it feels dry, I'll give it some water. Yeah, so we have us a small cute plant. It's a small pothos. And so the last step is just watering it, giving it some food so that it can grow. And it's draining really well. Yeah, so here we go. I hope you guys enjoyed our evening of potting pothos plants, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.